Yes lads, Retox from iKonik here bringing you a war recap. So we went up against Donate 2.0 in a random matchup, and if you don't know who Donate 2.0 are, they are a sister clan of PWC, who I'm sure you would have heard of. Got a little rant at the start of this. I don't want to take anything away from Donate 2.2. As you see, they did win the war by 0.43% in a tie. Really good clan, really nice guys, and a good organisation, so I don't take anything away from them. They did have a bit of a heavier matchup up top. They had two Town Hall 11s, which I think were both 40-40 and like 13-14 Wardens, and then three Town Hall 10s. We had a not even 30-30, 10 Town Hall 11, a Rush Town Hall 11, and three Town Hall 10s as well. So not the worst matchup, but it was definitely a little bit of an advantage on their side. But that's not really my issue with this. I think we just had the better performance, honestly, and I think they would agree with that as well. For them to clear our 9s, they had to use two Town Hall 10s to dip, and for them to 3-star our bottom Town Hall 10, they had to use their number 1 Town Hall 11 to bully it. Where we cleared all their 9s with I think 7 attacks to spare, and we also tripled their number 10, their Town Hall 10 with a Town Hall 10 attack. No bullying on our side whatsoever. So, I mean, credit obviously to them. They won the war, and it was a really close war right up until the end, and we did well. I think our last attack was from Ray, and he had to get the 2-star number 1. We hadn't managed it yet, and he did that with 70%. But their number 2 had an attack at the same time, and he hit Ray for a 3-star attempt, which he missed but got 95%, and a 2-star, which gave him the percent to win the war. So it was so close. It was loads of. Oops, sorry, I just had a message pop up, so I'm just starting up again. So let's jump into some replays. I'm going to save the Town Hall 10 and a couple of the higher 9 hits for some highlight videos, which will be out tomorrow. So mainly I'm going to show you, apart from this attack on number 8, I'm going to show you some lower down the map attacks. They're just quite nice. I thought some of the higher attacks, they weren't actually the best to watch. I mean, we got the job done pretty well, but they're a little bit sloppy for our standards, to be honest. I don't really want to broadcast too many substandard attacks. So here we've got Spanky with a Go-Ho Queen Walk taking on the number 8. Okay, so she's starting to work around in the direction that she's needed to go. You see he's got 2 jumps here, so you can tell that the Queen is going to be jumped in. He's dropping some minions to break off the funnel, and he has allowed the Queen in by breaking the wall. The CC's coming out, which is archers, loons and wizards, so Poison's just going to slow them right down, no trouble at all. Queen's just going to beat away. Any second they'll be down, and she'll continue her walk. Okay, so that's the second Tesla down now. Taking out a third Tesla and about to be a second air defense. 1 Skelly Trap down, drops the jump, and shortly he should be starting his here we go, Golem down. I'll try to fit this all into the screen. So he's got 2 golems and just dropped wizards behind to make the funnel and wall breakers in. The Queen has taken the jump now. So she actually takes out 2 air defences and both sweepers here, so it would have been a good chance for an air raid possibly, but obviously the Go-Ho works wonders on this base as Spanky is showing here. So it jumps down, and the King is taking on the enemy Queen and about to lock onto the enemy King as well, so there's both heroes about to be down. Queen is about to take out the 4th Tesla, so no more Teslas on this base. Send 1 smaller pack of hogs in on this west side, still got 12 in the bag, which is starting to send in from this north side. Still got a heal and a rage left. Sending the last of his hogs in. Poison down to grab some skellies. He does drop the heal, probably not needed to be honest, quite a few hogs up. And I believe he goes ahead and drops the rage. Yeah, it drops the rage down, don't really know why, definitely wasn't a need for it, but Down it goes. We're just on cleanup, so we'll speed through the last few bits. Okay, so next up we're going to watch base 21 get taken on. It's quite low down on the map, but it was a base with 30 heroes, and age is also fairly low on the map and equally has 30 heroes. So here we've got Valk attack, 14 hogs in the bag. He's starting his queen walk down at the south. Pretty poor placement on the wizard there for that mortar. Now dropping a wizard behind the queen just to help with speeding things along, distracting troops. And sending his wall breakers to open up this wall. See, there is a P.E.K.K.A. in the CC. And I believe he does this without the poison. He just kind of puts the rage down and trusts that the healer's going to get her up in time. So close to dying there. And just takes it down to that first swing was coming in. I think that first swing probably would have killed her from the health she was on. But got the job done. So the queen's going to step away in now. Obviously the CC's taken care of. In comes the golem on this east corner. Got a few wizards just to create the funnel, clear out all that trash. Couple hogs in because all the points completely distracted, and it's just doing a number on his golem so he can get them taken down nice and cheaply. Also helps the funnel as Valk's in. So he's got the jump down and his king and Valks are heading in. Queen's going to beat through the wall here and just sort of start working on this south and southwest side. So they're just engaging the enemy queen now, who's going to go down in a couple of swings. That's all pushing through. There really isn't that much base left. Obviously you've got the full wizard towers on the west hand side, but not really a big threat, especially when you put a hill down. They're not going to do much damage, if any. See, Tesla's just popped up. The Valks are just going to fly through this wall. About four swings for them to get through. By the time they do, the Teslas have actually gone down, so he's going to send his last pack of hogs here, put the heal on them. Obviously those wizard towers just cannot do enough damage. You see one hog there actually just goes and trips a double bomb set, which is always nice, even though the raid's pretty much over. And really not too much cleanup left. Still got poison in the bag, so he could have used that on that P.E.K.K.A. and been a lot safer. I'm not too sure why he didn't. I guess he wanted to keep it for skellies. But yeah, nice 3-star. Okay, so next we're going to watch TG Dopamine take on number 22. Okay, so a queen wall that's going to be start. He might start with a zap here actually. Oh no, he does start with the queen walk first on this northeast side. And I think the goal of the queen here is just to get into this basically large V section of the base, so she can just walk straight down it all the way through the base. And obviously in her path there are going to be 3 air defences, the last one by the queen, which I'm sure he's going to zap out. Does go ahead and get a little wall breaker fail there, so he's going to have to drop his last one in, which should get the job done, especially under the rage. Yep, nice use of the rage there. Okay, so now she's going to step up and she's going to shortly be taking out her first 2 air defences. Going to lose a healer here, but no big deal really. So he's just sapped out this south AD. Probably could have done it just to get a bit of queen off the bit of health off the queen. I don't know why you wouldn't do that in that situation really. As you see, this is a dragon attack. She's got 6 dragons in the bag, which will be sending in on that south side. Again, another P.E.K.K.A. coming out of the CC is going to go ahead and drop the poison here. Instead of the rage, he's going to use the ability. Could have waited a little bit longer just for when the P.E.K.K.A. was about to swing, but one used the ability, gets the job done nice and easy. In come the 6 dragons on the south. Obviously they're going to go in and take the queen out, no problem at all, but if you waited on those 2 lightnings and just got a third of her health off, quarter of her health off, just a couple less shots she's going to take, and that can never hurt. Sometimes dragons end with such little health and they're a bit random on the base sometimes, so every bit of HP you can save is always crucial in these kind of raids. So he's going to go ahead and drop the rage here just to hurry her along and get that air defense down, I believe. Obviously he doesn't want that AD to shoot any of his air troops. He's going to put his king down. There is a cannon exposed, so he's going to take out a defence of that, but also just distracting troops and trying to tank for these dragons a little bit. The queen's pretty much working her way along this entire section, so not a really great design for the base, just allowing the queen to do this. She's just got so much value, just literally cut this base in half. And we're down to one archer tower to go down, which is going to be the last bit of cleanup. And yeah, nice 3-star. Okay, so next we're going to move along one again, and we're going to watch NWO take on number 23. So this again is kind of that mass Valk style strategy attack, where he's got a Queen Walk and Valks and some minions, and that is quite literally it. He hasn't got any hogs, no loons, no back end, essentially just going to storm this base. So you see he's got loads of minions down, just clearing trash and making a funnel, I'd imagine. We'll start fairly soon. Just zoomed out so I know where we're coming in from. Really does need to level up his minions. So we've got a Quake down in the core here, which is just going to open up a big section of the base. We've spent the best part of a minute just waiting on these minions now, so not that long a raid for when he's actually got stuck in. So he's going to finally start his queen on the south corner, going to come straight in with a charge, wall breakers down. And she's going to be able to go in here and take out the king and a few initial defences. Just try to keep an eye out for where these Valks will come in from. So he just put his CC down, which is the golem, and he's going to let his troops straight in. I'd imagine he's going to let his king in there and then send his Valks in through the wall afterwards. It's quite a typical thing. Oh, and these mass Valk raids, it's kind of splitting up the golem and king squad separately, but I like to send them straight in, and they're just going to fly through the wall together. Interesting little split there actually, but we're all going to regroup back up. 15 Valks in, they're just going to tear through this. Double bomb set, but they can tank through that quite easily. Gonna probably need to drop a hill just to help them out a little bit, but they're not in too much danger after hitting a couple bombs. Again, they're flying through that wall pretty quickly. They are now locking onto the enemy queen, so that's going to go down in one swing or two swings. So you've got the queen break on the south just on trash now, so we'll ignore her a little bit. You've got a couple of Valks just taking out the cannon here on the east hand side. The main kill squad up in the north section now. Obviously it's a lava in the CC, so this Valk attack is perfect. Nothing can shoot this lava on this map at all except for the queen, and she's on the opposite side. Actually saved a Valk in the bag there just to take out this cannon as it went round. I guess that was intentional, as he saved a Valk for it, and just worked perfectly. Good for cleaning up as well, taking out 2 buildings at once. And everything is going to go down all at pretty much the same time, just a few more seconds of clean up. Okay, and then the last raid we're going to show is on number 29, which is an attack by flexing. So this was an interesting base. You see a couple of now, they kind of just separate the queen completely and make this almost like 2 bases, and that's how I like to think of them. I think you've got to tackle each one separately and go, right, what do I need for that section and what do I need for that section? Thinking of them as completely separate entities, and that's exactly what flexing does, and just completely crushes this map. So he's going to send some wall breakers straight in, and he's going to charge his queen into this section. Again, you can't just really make funnels with bases like this. You can just send troops to walk through, you know exactly where they're going to go. It makes predicting pathing so easy. You see he's got some one golem and some wall breakers just letting himself onto that wall in the queen section. Second golem's going in with his king, couple of wizards, so they're going to quite easily take out the 3 defences in there and the enemy queen and the sweeps, so 4 defences. And that is that part of the raid done for about 80 troop space. You see he's still got 16 hogs in the bag. Out comes the enemy CC, which is a golem. Actually quite a good thing that that goes to the kill squad on the west, because you don't really want to hold up the queen here, and that kill squad has now pretty much done its job, so um, just extra value that they can take out the CC. So queen's now cleared out that first compartment and she's starting to move up. I believe he's going to drop the jump down for her shortly. Yep, there it goes. Just going to let her hop over that wall and continue on her walk. Just taking out some potential bomb spaces. He will be starting his hogs fairly shortly, so you've only got a minute left on the raid. Going to go ahead and drop a rage there, 2 Teslas. And obviously we'll be engaging with the BK. So the hogs are starting on this north side with he's sending 8 of his 16 hogs so far, still 8 in the bag. Loses a couple to springs, hits a giant bomb. Another giant bomb goes off there to the golem, so not affecting the hogs at all. Still got 8 hogs in this bag. In his bag, he drops a hill there. I don't know if that was a misclick or not. It seemed like a bit of a waste. And yeah, that is the base over. Still got 4 hogs in the bag. He didn't deploy 8 of them. Oh, sorry about that. And yeah, we'll just speed through this last bit of cleanup. Okay, so again, just a good water donate 2.0. We had a lot of fun. And sorry about a couple of random cuts in this. I've just had some notifications pop up that to take out, and I hope you guys enjoyed.